Hmm. Hello. Um, I want to talk about why I am not trans or queer. And it's because I don't resonate with the whole theory. Um, there are some things that I'm like, oh, now you're on to something, but it's not really, it's not how I want to describe it or like how I see myself or my experience. So, what I do experience, I forgot my disclaimer. Disclaimer: if you are trans or queer or in that realm, great for you. If you like that, if you're happy with that, I'm happy for you. This is just my experience, how I feel about it, and my thoughts about the whole thing. Both the queer trans movement and the gender critical turf island thing. The both the whole spectrum. And I am quite convinced that I have both masculine and feminine energy within me, and I want to make that energy collaborate. So I am having flow in me, the whole yin and yang. I don't have a yin and yang, but imagine yin and yang flowing. It's like two droplets going around in a circle, even though it looks static, but it's not static. It's actually a sign of flow. So I wanna live that. And I believe we all have both energy, both female and feminine and masculine energy within us, and it has nothing to do with gender, sex, in the energy form as we all have it. It's just like day and night, like the sun comes up and the sun goes down, and then the moon comes up, and it's just a flow in life. The year goes like spring, summer, autumn, winter, over and over. So it's more of a cyclic. It's a cycle. um, and women have the menstrual men the period cycle, and men have the daily. They go with the sun, and the feminine cycle with the moon, and it's all like cycling around. So that's why I'm like, well, there is this term in queer theory that is gender fluid, and I'm like, well, that fluidity is kind of the flow. It's flow. It's the bottom line of like how life works. So I don't get why you can have it as an identity, because it's like, that's just what it is. It's like saying, "Oh, human." Like, great. Like, it doesn't mean it's like it doesn't really mean anything. It's just like that's just how it is. Like, yeah, what are you talking about? So yeah, and I don't like this stereotypical like man and woman, and this is how you need to behave, or you need to look like, or you need to do something because that's how you do. That's just how you do it, kind of thing. I'm not a fan of that either. I'm a fan of like, you can be whoever you want, but it's like within the reality structure. Like, how do I want to put it? Like, there is a reality. And maybe it's because I had a psychosis. I'm very fond of reality. I really want to know what reality is and what it is not. Like, what is my own imagination and what is actually going on. Because that was like being in hell, like having no idea what is real and what is not. That is really hell. Like uh, what I would describe as hell. I'm not religious in that sense, so I don't know. I don't know. Um, I very much, that's one of my like core, and I guess that's why I'm not into the whole queer theory stuff, because I'm like, it's not really like non-binary. Doesn't make any sense because it is a binary. And it is also unity, as I just described with the energy. So we have men and we have women, and both men and women have both female, no, not female, feminine and masculine energy. I don't know why it's saying female all the time. So annoying. We have both energies within us, yin and yang. So every human being has yin and yang. But there is the duality, there is the binary, because we need it. Like we need day and we need night. We need to sleep, we need to be awake, we need to eat, we need to digest, we need to, we need both. It's both, and that's why I was listening to the essay of Daniel something about the gender war. It's not about gender, but about the split consciousness, like the split consciousness. Like we have the split within us. I talked with a friend about psychology, and I asked her about the splitting, and she was like, "No, she haven't heard of it." And I was like, "Okay, maybe it's not in psychology, but it's in spirituality. We talk a lot about fragmentation or parts work, shadow work, inner child work, and so on. Like we have these parts of us, and some of the parts are masculine and feminine." And I like to talk about the energy stuff because that is what I don't see in this talk about gender. You don't really talk about the energy, and that was why I was so happy to hear Daniel's essay, because I was like, yay! You talk about the paradox, integrating the paradox of masculine and feminine energy. It's great. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I wanted to celebrate and share it with everyone, and nobody cared. I was like, oh shit. Okay, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. And that's why I'm like, you can talk all day long about biology, physical stuff, and sex characteristics, and is it a binary? Is there a third sex? Blah blah blah, and chromosomes and hormones and endocrine and all kind of stuff. And I've tried to record this video like twice before, and I have no idea what I said in, like, if I said all the things again, because I've repeated myself now for the third time. So so yeah, I have some concerns about the whole trans ideology, like, oh, trans people are real people. It's like, oh, you don't want us to exist. It's like, I am very aware that you are real human beings. Like, there's no, it's not about existence. It's more about like the way we exist together. Can we coexist and not cross each other's boundaries or demand things of each other, but like kind of cooperate? And that's the feminine energy, like cooperation. And I see a lot of the masculine energy, the competition, the forcing, the demands, the like, the brutal. It could also be feminine energy, actually, but it's more, feminine energy is more like dark and mystical and manipulation and stuff like that. And it's also part of it because it's, it's all part of it. But I see more of it. Yeah, it is, of course, the unhealthy feminine, or unholy, or whatever you call it, undivine, that, whatever you like to call it. It's a lot about the words, but it's not about the words. So it's about being compassionate with yourself and with others. And I'm like, if you want to put chemicals in your body to get sex characteristics of the other sex, or have surgeries, or stuff like that, you're having a war on yourself, with yourself. And that's not nice to yourself. It's not kind. It's I have been in war with myself for many years, and I'm trying to keep peace with myself now. Because I'm tired of having this war going on. I'm almost 40. I'm like 70. Well, what am I? 30, 37 now, and I don't know. In my late 20s, I was like, oh, I don't want to fight anymore. I just want to have some peace and calm and harmony. Please, can I have that? So I guess it's also coming with age, and it's also part of the life cycle. Like when you're younger, you have way more yang energy. Like you're growing, you're expanding, you're trying out things, you're exploring, you're developing. It's a lot going on, and you're also developing, of course, the feminine aspects and within. But it's more like it also comes with the seasons. So in spring and summer, it's more the yang energy, and in autumn and winter, it's more the yin energy, like the N words. So it's all of this flow stuff everywhere. And oh yeah, I wrote money, 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 and I wrote that because I was like, I don't like it, like the whole drugs and surgery and the hormones, surgery, puberty blockers, all this is it's a money thing. Not only John money, but but also like wow, cash money right in. And I don't like the whole thought of making money on miserable people. Like if you're in deep distress and you just want to take people's money to manipulate and surgery make surgeries and blah blah and take their money, and then you're like, ha ha ha, I fixed you, didn't I? It's like, not really, because I see it's as they're trying to they're trying to treat a feminine, primarily feminine um, issue or challenge, whatever you call it, like this integration thing, or like yeah, working with yourself and loving yourself. I see that as more like it's a feminine, like what's going on inside of you, and they're trying to masculinize or feminize you on your appearance, the outer layer of how you look, like making a new jawline or whatever, like getting surgeries and taking hormones, so your uh, pineal, the gland and stuff, like the whole hormonal system, endocrine system and stuff is like effing up. So it is like kind of in, but it's still on the physical level. If you know, like that, it's on the physical level. It's not on the mental or the energy, the more feminine energy. It's more the masculine, like your surgery and just hormones. You take in drugs. It's something from the outside and doing something to it. It's not coming from the inside and kind of folding out. And that's what I see. That's why I'm a bit like I don't like the whole thing about, oh, you can just take hormones and get surgery and then you would be fine. It's like, what? Doesn't make any sense to me, because for me it's coming from the inside and kind of coming out, and not coming from the outside and coming into me, or like making me different in a way. Um, so I think it's quite concerning that we have this. Uh, well, I don't like the whole pharmaceutical stuff and the drugs and the antidepressants and antipsychotic and blah blah blah. I've tried antipsychotic. That was one hell of a drug. Wow, that was. I will never take that again. Not ever in my life. And I wish nobody. Like maybe if you're very psychotic and really need it and it really helps you, that's fine. Fine. It's not for me. I was going out like a zombie, drooling on the couch, and my boyfriend at the time really encouraged me to stop taking it. And I was like, oh, I was scared because the doctors told me that I needed to take this medication the rest of my life. or else I would be psychotic again. And as I told you, I think this was kind of the most close to living hell. So I didn't want to go back to that. So, but I didn't want to pass out on the sofa and not remember. I blacked out. I cannot remember. I just, he told me, and I was like, that sounds fucked up. That's not good. Also because, yeah, I really deeply, and at that I was about 22 at the time. So it's been a while since I tried. I never been psychotic since. I very much going into the path of taking care of myself, figuring out how I can be a human and live most natural as possible. I was very grateful for my boyfriend at the time. He was bringing me, visiting me almost every day, and bringing me nutritious food, and searching out how to help me, and figuring out what nutrition I needed to get my body going. I was also underweight because I forgot to eat, and I was smoking a lot of wood, and it was all blah, blah, blah. I really wish now that I had some kind of shaman or some guide to guide me through it, because I think it could have been helped me going more radically into the spiritual world that I am in now, in a way. I am in now. It's like we're all spirits, like we're all spiritual human beings, no matter what you say. Oh, I'm not spiritual. Like, okay, you're missing out a huge part of life, but that's up to you. I'm not pushing anything. I want to push it to you. If you're not ready for it, that's fine. And maybe for another life, I don't know if I believe in reincarnation. I don't know if we're aliens, or I don't know anything, but I do know that I feel something. And I also know that feeling like a boy is a thought, not a feeling. Because when I was 31, something like that, I went into NVC, and it really opens up a whole new world for me, as seeing the list of needs, the list of feelings. I was like, wow, I can feel all these feelings. Wow, I didn't know all the feelings, and I didn't know all the needs, the basic human, universal human needs. And I cried actually when I saw the list inventory. I was like, can I have calm, harmony, balance, zen, peace, calmness? Am I allowed to have that as a need? I was like, wow, amazing. Because it's like when you live so much in chaotic life, like having this, like, who am I? Where am I going? What is this? What is this world about? What F is going on with this effing world? Then figuring out, well, yeah, I need calmness, I need balance, I need peace, stability. It's like order, all this, like, oh wow. It was kind of mind blowing to me. Yeah, so I can really recommend looking into the feelings and needs if you have not already. It's a mind blowing thing. At least it was for me. Maybe you're just fine. I don't know. Okay, this is yeah. So it's about loving yourself as you are, without any like drugs or surgery. Maybe you need some drugs. I don't know. Maybe you're diabetic. Something where you need some drugs or else you die. Kind of thing. That's fine. Do that. Don't stop taking medicine if you really need it. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, if you are working fine, working well without any drugs, that's great, and you can do properly. Some things are healable. How to say, like, it's manageable to do it in a natural way if you eat proper, get sleep, eat nutritious, do some exercise, have some healthy relationships, safe relationships where you can really connect with other people, connect with yourself, connect with nature. Have all needs fulfilled. Maybe not all the time. I see it as how do you say, a small, like, you can go up and down, like You need your time, like when you rested, you're full of energy, and then your energy goes down, and you sleep again, and then it goes up, and so it's all this moving bars in a way, like for all your needs. So you cannot really like put all the bars up all the time, but you can kind of keep them over zero, or like keep them on a plus. Like, I'm good, it's okay. um I also know sometimes that you feel like you're just kind of zero and below, like, oh, then it's then it's not so nice. I've tried that also. um so yeah, it's about respecting yourself, loving yourself naturally, and being okay with who you are, because we change all the time. Like the transition, or the transcendence, or the whatever you call it, like trans is just you go on the other side kind of thing. So you can transition to a spiritual side. Uh, it's also like the non-binary, and then you have the trans, and it's like it doesn't make any sense, because it's like non-binary, well, it is binary, so because else you cannot transition to the other sex if there is no binary. It's like, and maybe it's just because I'm autistic or ADHD or whatever I'm dealing with, but I'm like, that does not make any sense. That is effing up my mind. Like, I cannot make it work. It's not working. Um, but I don't like the way gender critical people are talking, or TERFs, like, oh, they're so bad and they want to get into our bathrooms and blah blah blah. It's like, well, they're just people having a hard time being a human being, and I understand that, because I have a hard time being a human being. So could we be more compassionate with each other and just be like, okay, maybe you can try to use the bathroom, just don't f it up, please. Like, don't do anything outrageous. But I also do understand sometimes. Like, I've been psychotic, so I've been outrageous, or like mad, in a sense. So could we be please, like, recognize when we encounter, maybe just have more, I don't know, maybe have more education on how to encounter people in a psychotic episode, or like having a meltdown, or having other burnout, or like, or they having epilepsy, or whatever, like whatever you can, whatever human condition where you're very very vulnerable and very very not well, and how we can educate more people to encounter other people having a really hard time, because I really really see a lot of the split in the world. Like, you go over there, you go there, like there's so much splitting going on. And what I see we need is more unity. We need to come together, find community, find peace, compassion, and sharing honestly with each other, like how we're feeling, what we're needing, and how we can meet everybody's needs, so everybody can live here together. Not everybody, but like in our small communities, or in our small, like, local communities, and be here together and help each other out. Like, again, I'm not religious, but this one thing I notice about religion, like help each other, or like be there for each other and help out. It's helping you to help others. That's like the need of contribute, to have meaning in life. And and I see a lot of people lose meaning in their life. I know I'm going so much of a tangent in this. Why I'm not. This is why I'm not trans. Now we're talking about community, and anyway, it's long story short, I'm not trans because because it's not really resonating with my feelings, my head, my emotions, my energy. Everything is kind of like, no, not really. Like, gender fluid, yes, that's the foundation. I can have that. That is fine, but I wouldn't call it gender fluid. I was just call it flow state. But it's like what you call things. I just like to try to be accurate, but I'm not. Like linguistic is like my least intelligence. Like, and that's maybe why you cannot hear all the words I'm talking, and I have dyslexia and stuff like that. It's but and that's maybe why I'm like trying to read. I read every word I read because I I cannot like skim through stuff. So I read the word. I want to understand the word. If I don't understand it, I look it up and I see the origin and what it means. And if the words are not making any sense or any meaning, it's like, well, we can just go around and say blah 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 blah. But that wouldn't be a meaningful conversation, or like we wouldn't get our needs for understanding and reciprocity and to be heard, to be seen, and see others and hear others and have that mirroring and have that experience of being human with others and share that humanity. So we kind of need to. I know it's abstract, like words are abstract and basically doesn't have any meaning, but we're making meaning into the words to have to create a meaning in our world and to have that part of our world. So, and that's also why I'm like having a hard time putting words into like what is energy kind of thing, because like, is it emotions? Is it the electric field? Is it kind of a mix of emotions and electric field, or is it something else? Is it the air in our cells, or what is it like? Because chi energy is also air, so it in Chinese, if you translate chi, it can be energy, but it can also be air. So is it the air in our cells that is the energy? Because if we look down to the cellular level, the molecules, atoms. I'm not very well versed in this, but if you look down to the tiniest particle thing, there's mostly just air. And if we are mostly just air, then we're mostly just energy. So it makes sense that if we're mostly just energy, then maybe our spirit is taking up, our soul or whatever, like it's taking up that space, that air. Maybe. I'm not sure. It's just like that's my thoughts. Like how can I make sense of this world? Um, and I wish I had the more accurate words so I can tell it and be like spitting out the words in a nice way, so you can be like all the listening to me and understanding what I'm saying, because I have a deep need for understanding. I I know this is a jackal thing, like being misunderstood, but that's what I felt most of my life, being misunderstood, because I didn't have the words, I didn't have the articulations, I couldn't express myself so other people could understand what I'm saying. So that is a little wound in me, not being understood. So I really hope it made some kind of sense to you. So I've been babbling for almost a half an hour, and I'm not sure if I miss anything. Like, oh yeah, I'm not sure. I thought about this, like I don't want to make it black and white, but I've tried to like distill it. Like, what is this about? Okay, and I'm like, okay, are you wanting to move a more natural way of being a human, or are you moving into like this transhumanism, cyborg kind of getting implants of this and that, or electronics, or all kind of stuff, and being like a mix, like a transhuman, like more of a cyborg or something. And I guess it comes down to that. Like when one of my exes got like an implant in his hand, like a small beep thing for his credit card or something, I was like, wow, that's way out. It's like, that's so weird. I would never do that. And maybe I watch too much Black Mirror stuff, so I'm kind of don't go there, don't go there. I don't know. not to be paranoid or anything, but I do have some suspicions. Suspicion. I have my suspicions about some of this behavior. So yeah, I just wish for more compassion in the world, seeing the humanity in each other, and not talking so much in the black and white, but more of like what are our shared human experience. I guess that's also a very deep need of mine, because also because my history of being misunderstood and psychosis and stuff, like having the shared humanity, shared reality, that is very important to me. Like, you see this, yes, this is real, kind of thing. Like, I don't know, like, this is real, this is a real thing. You also see this, yes, okay, we can at least be, we can agree upon this, you know. So having that shared reality is very deep within me. Like, yeah. So yeah, I want to I want to finish this now. I probably make more. It's fun. so, so bye. See you, and write comments and stuff. It's, yeah, I would love to hear from you. I'm having every Wednesday, I'm having a free sharing room in Discord server. I will link it somewhere. But you can come there and talk with me if you want to. I'm there every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. Central European time. So yes, and thank you for listening so far. Bye.